All right, so here's where we're at. We just filled up. Destination, 631 miles away. Hopefully we could do this on one fill up again. I don't see why not, but let's hope for the best. But yeah, let's do this. Time for the return trip. I've returned everything to 0. Well, not everything, just the distance. Let's see here. I did not reset these because these will... Actually, I will reset these. It's a good idea. So we're going from California to Utah, so just south of Salt Lake. I'll do the 50 and the 400 because I did a little bit of city driving, so we don't want to have that affect any of this. Let's see here, what else do we have? I think that's it. So the def usage is down to 2 bars used. That is my lowest I've gone. So it seems like this trip we're not using as much as I expected. So I'll get rolling and yeah, we'll go from there. All right, here we are on Baker Grade. We've been on this for a few minutes now, but I just figured if you're familiar with the area, then you'll know what Baker Grade is. And once again, it is doing fan-diddly-tastic. So we've just been holding a steady 70-ish miles an hour up it, and yeah, going pretty good. Temperatures are good, everything's good. Engine's not revving out, it's not struggling. Alright, and we have our first notification here from the def range. Just popped up in the middle of my Baker Grade here. So I'm going to scroll over and see that it's just dumping it, isn't it? So let's see where we're at as far as this goes. Alright, well that's interesting. So, good to know. First time I've seen that. First time I've been near half a tank. I do have 2.5 gallons with me. I will top this off when I'm done with this trip, and we'll see how much total it actually used. But yeah. Alright, and we are finishing off that grade. You can see the coolant temperature is actually going down a little bit, so that is cool to see. It's just a little bit, but yeah, so we've just been flowing right through here. Last bit of it. Holding a steady 3,000. It's not screaming or anything, it's not extremely loud. Working pretty good. Alright, and we are still going up that grade. I wonder what our mileage is right now. What do you think it is? Let's go, I'm gonna say it's 6 average right now. .98. Alright. Not bad. Oh, looks like we are, oh, that's just a smidge more up there, but that was how I did the grade. Not bad. We are on another little hill climb here. Once again, holding 72 miles an hour, 2,000 RPM. We are on the 15 north just before Nipton. Climbing up whatever grade this is. This is just after the Baker Grade. Baker Grade, you kind of climb up it and then you go down and then you get to climb up again. So yeah, we're just moving right along, accelerating, not on purpose. I didn't feel like I made any changes on my pedal. We'll go to the slow vehicles truck lane. Not too bad still pulling roughly 6,000 pounds up this grade, accelerating, passing. It just does it. It just gets the job done. Happily, too. It's not screaming and yelling, it's just cruising right along. La-di-da. So here we are, we're 60 miles out from Vegas, 481 from Salt Lake City. Pretty soon we'll be out of this California with this 55-mile-an-hour towing speed limit. Maybe I should slow down a little bit. Let's slow down a little bit. So yeah. Not bad, huh? Not bad. You can see how quiet it is in here too. I mean, that engine is quiet. Everything. There's no road noise. There's no crazy noises. It's just silent. Alright, one thing that I've learned about hills is that I do not like downhills. So you're in tow haul mode. You're trying to brake. If you brake too much, it's going to downshift and it's going to rev that bad boy all the way up above 4,000 RPMs, and then it's gonna scream. So I'm not gonna do it to show you because I don't like it at all. So when it does that, when it's revving to 4,000 RPM, typically I'll throttle a little bit, hit the pedal, just to get it out of there to upshift. You could probably manual shift it, but here we go. So I've got a brake right now. So I'm braking. I'm gonna bring it down about 5 miles an hour. See how it already downshifted? Just a little bit, just gonna squeeze a little. It downshifted again. So now if I do it again, it's gonna downshift and it's gonna go into 4,000 RPM. That's the grade braking feature. It's also using the turbo brake. Yes, I understand that, but that's a tiny, tiny turbo. That thing's not gonna do much. But it'll rev to 4,000 RPM. So like I said, you throttle a little bit and it'll downshift or upshift, and then you're back to nicer RPMs. And then you hope that the speed goes down a little bit. In my case, I don't want to be going that quick, so I'm going to grab a little bit more brake. I typically shoot for a 5 mile an hour drop because it doesn't do the excessive. Let's see, let's just do this here. Alright, so that was a nice pleasant one right there. So I like 2,000 to 3,000 RPM going down the hill because then the turbo brake is in effect. It's doing its job. You're not going to accelerate quickly. We are gaining a little bit of speed, as you see 71 going downhill. But that's okay. That's workable. But I just wanted to shoot it out there, okay? Because you're going to drive this truck, you're going to go downhill, and you're going to be hitting the brakes, and you're going to be like, what is that sound? It sounds like there's a lawnmower running under your hood. I kid you not, it's going to sound like a lawnmower. And you're going to be like, what the heck is that? And then when you look at your RPMs, you'll see, oh, I'm sitting above 4,000 RPMs. That's why. That's not a cool thing to do, to sit there for that long. Let's see if we can get it. I don't want it to do it, but I do kind of want it to do it so that way you can see it. It's designed into the whole system, so it's supposed to do it in theory, but I don't like it. Who likes it? Let's see, I'll just hold a little bit of brake for a little bit longer than I want to. See how it's just continually. But you see at 3,000 RPMs, you can't even hear this engine still. When it hits 4,000 RPMs, it sounds like there's a lawnmower under your head. Trust me. So, yeah. That's it. Great braking feature. It's in all the Duramaxes. It's scary when it kicks into the high RPMs. But, yeah, if it does, like I said, just give it a little bit of pedal. to get it out of there, and or you just flip this lever down one more and then manually, but I don't do that. But yeah, so that's it. Just be careful on that, and it won't get away from you. Alright, let's do a little check-in here. We surpassed 2,000 miles on the truck. So as you see, we've traveled 240, 18.2 miles per gallon average. We are about 390 miles away from our destination. Let's see here. So there's the last 50. Def fluid hasn't moved. So yeah, so we're just trucking right along. It's doing pretty good. We're outside of Vegas. We just passed the Air Force Base, Nellis Air Force Base. I'll probably get fuel probably in 100 miles or so. I don't know, but at some point I'm at the point where I can get fuel and I can make it all the way back to my house. So that's pretty cool. I like these trips where you just have to get fuel one time and that's it. Yeah, so we'll keep on going and see how it continues to go. So far so good. All right, so we just completed our fill up, 16.260 gallons. Let's see where we're at here. All right, so it's probably the halfway point, roughly. We'll just a smidge under the halfway point, but we'll continue on. Now we got a full tank of fuel. Should take us all the way back. All right, so we got a new DEF range warning, 298. That's quite the steep drop from 1,000 that we had just a little bit ago. But when that 1,000 popped up, it showed a half a tank. So let's go see where this 300-mile mark pops up at. Okay, so this DEF tank indicator is incredibly accurate. So I don't know, I guess the next time I stop, I will top off the DEF fluid and go from there. Or maybe I'll just run it until, I don't know what I'll do. I'll decide, and then you'll see it on the video. All right, so I made a stop here and put in 2.5 gallons. Shot us up to a full tank, apparently. So we'll see how long that lasts. Currently, we're 475 miles in, 16.6 miles per gallon. A little worse than the previous trip, but we're also not done yet, and we're, I don't know, we're rolling. So that's it. All right, so I'm wrapping up my trip. We're over 1,200 miles on I don't know the exact numbers. I'll post it up. But my end of the trip review, essentially. Hills, this thing is amazing. It holds speed extremely well. It'll pick up speed very well on the hills. Towing seems to be no problem in terms of power. Again, I'm towing roughly 6,000 pounds behind me, open trailer with a car. It's the fuel mileage. I'll post it up so we have exact numbers on what I got from Utah to California and then California back to Utah. I'm impressed. I mean, it's great not having to fill up all the time with this, that's for sure. Definitely an excellent tow vehicle, definitely a great daily driver. It's all around good stuff right here. So if you're looking into one of these, I would highly recommend it. Superb. I love this thing over the 5.3 that I had before, and yeah, no regrets. Super happy on towing, super happy on daily driving. Everything about it is fantastic. So hopefully you enjoyed, and until next time, see ya. All right, here we are. We have landed at our destination, ending miles 2410. So for this trip, that was our best 50. And that was our best 400. So DEF is still showing full. I'm going to top it off the same way that I started until it spills out the side, and then I'll let you know how much I actually used the whole trip. And let's see here. So this trip back was 635.5 and an average of 16.7. So it's a little bit worse than going out there, but there's more downhill, so that makes sense. There's a lot of up and down, but I started up higher altitude because I'm in Utah. So obviously coming back, we got to go up a little bit more than we go down. So that would be the reason for that, I'm assuming. But yeah, so there's the mileage. I will add them together, divide them by 2, see what our total fuel mileage was, post it up right here. And yeah, so let's take a look at what we were hauling, because I can't remember if I showed that or not. All bugged up. I started the unload a little bit, so don't mind the stuff there, but I'll scoot back so you can see. Obviously I'm parked in a little ditch kind of, so, but that's what it is. Open trailer.